In this video, I want to focus on two of the most important product-defining features in TexasSolver GPU, node locking and play versus strategy. Okay, let's dive into a flop scenario first. Let's start from a 6 max 3-bet line here and select a random board. Okay, all the parameters is filled. So let's build the tree and start verse 1. You can go node lock right now. You can go node lock right now, but I will run a GTO solution first. And then we can go to node lock and start to work on the strategy after the first GTO solution is created. So you can have a baseline of what GTO people do and what your opponent do. Let's say you are OP player here, and your opponent is INP player here. So let's say if your opponent don't bet as much as GTO, so how to do that? You can go visual lock. So you can see there's multiple way of doing this. The first is global. You can see that you can define directly the raise and check amount here. Let's say your opponent is have a much lower probability of like doing bets, but this is very not accurate. But let's do it anyways to see what happens. So let's apply the visual lock. So you can see your opponent now is betting less than it should be, but this is a highly unrealistic scenario. So we clear our locks. So the strategy goes back to GTO. So let's open visual lock again. And we can set, let's say your player is not betting enough on high cards. That's degrade the betting probability and apply to this class and apply visual lock. So you'll see all the high cards here are not betting as much. So if your opponents are also weak on other hands, like he's not confident with his pair, let's say he's betting like this much, like 64% check and 35.8% bet on pairs, and we click apply and apply visual lock. So you can see more hands goes green. That means your opponent is most likely very weak on those hands. He make bad decisions. He just won't bet on those hands. So another thing you can do is if you know your opponent like really well, you can go to single cell or single hand to set those hands directly. For example, we can go AA, AA. Let's say your opponent is, if he has AA, he will never bet. He will like check 100%. So we normalize with 100% and apply to the cell and visual lock. So you can see AA is not raising anymore. Another thing I enjoy the most is this bias mode. So let's clear our logs first. Okay, so now it goes back to GTO. So we open the visual lock screen. We go to bias. Let's say we want to do a rough estimate of your opponent's strategy. Let's say he's checking too much, like checking twice as much and raise like 0.5, raise like 50% as it should. So that's apply bias and apply visual lock. You can see now your opponent is betting a little less and calling a lot more. So this is how you do like rough estimate of your opponents. And you can do global, and you can do single hand, you can do single cell. That provides a whole set of tool how to do the visual lock. So after you do all the visual lock, you click lock from current, that will lock the node strategy. So your opponent's strategy is locked to this. He will be not as aggressive as it should be. So after that, you can go, go resolve. So you can see here run is glowing again. We click run. So it will run with the nodes locked. So if we click here check, you will see the freeze strategy of your opponent. And all other strategy node is not locked. As you can see, if we click flop start, it will tell you that this current node is not locked. But after one check, he will tell you current node is locked. So you will be able to do a lot of stuff by this function. And you can still play against the strategy to get a better feeling of how your opponent would react and how you should be playing. So apparently I'm making good calls here. If I'm making bad call, I can also see what's wrong. So this is all for today's video. In the next video, I will be talking about play versus strategy here, as well as bet solver. Let's see you in the next video. If you want to download this solver, I will leave the download link down below in the comment section. If you want to discuss anything or leave or to feedback any problems or to just talk, you can leave a comment or send emails to me. So I will see you in the next video. That's all for today's video. Bye.